Well, welcome to the very first episode of Co-Creating the New Earth Together. We're supposed to be joined tonight by Libby Every. She's come on earlier, but she didn't have any sound. So she's going to try to come in again a little bit later. It is only the first episode, and we're entitled to have a few cock-ups on the first episode. So please just bear with us. So let me just talk a little bit about what this channel is going to be about. Co-creating the new earth together. So what do we mean by the new earth? Well, it's what some people call the age of Aquarius, I suppose. It's this idea that the planet is evolving to what we like to call fifth dimensional consciousness, a higher level of consciousness. Hello, Libby, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, well, now we've got the sound, but we've got no picture.
That's one thing or another. Can't win. We cannot win. Hello, how are you? Oh, technology is not my favourite thing, Jack, to be fair.
Well, to be honest, we should have done a dummy run earlier in the day. That's my fault.
Yeah, no problem. At least you can hear me.
What device are you on, Libby?
Well, I was on my Huawei phone, which is supposed to be a super phone. You're supposed to be able to do wonderful things with it. But I'm not tech savvy, to be honest with you. But now I'm on my computer. So I have now a voice.
But no camera. Okay, well, not to worry. We can make do.
Oh, dear. Let's adapt and evolve.
We'll make do. So anyway, I have actually started the show.
Okay.
Because we went over the 6:30 time, and I've done a very brief introduction. So now I'm going to do a proper introduction and introduce you.
Hello, my name's Libby. I'm a Reiki master, a crystal therapist, and I work in a Zen dome in Ellesmere Port in a Bridge Wellness Gardens, which is a community gardens for the local area.
Okay. And you also do a lot of work with children?
I certainly do. I was working in education for over 25 years, particularly in the special needs sector. And I've decided to leave that area and develop my Relax Kids, which is yoga for children, which hones in and focuses on the chakra areas through play, through breathing, through imagination, through yoga. Massage as well. So it's a fantastic thing.
Right, while we're talking about this dome, I've got a short video to show.
Hi everyone, I'm at Bridge Wellness Gardens today. I've just been talking to the manager about future plans, what we were hoping for, to do some sessions in the springtime, and we're hoping to do some Relax Kids sessions in the dome, and also some meditation sessions as well. It's absolutely gorgeous here today. I just love being here. I want to be here all the time. It's so good. Also some sensory sessions we're looking at doing with some children, maybe some babies as well. So anybody that's interested, just let us know, because it's going to come on around about springtime and it's going to be really good. Some work just needs to be doing on the dome. I think some of you have seen the dome, but I'll put a picture up on the dome. So it's going to have a new skin and it's going to have a new flooring as well. I'm going to set it all up with cushions inside. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So if you're interested in any of this, it would be great if we could get some pre-bookings in for this. Like I said, round about the springtime. So let me know. Okay, bye.
So it looks very impressive. How long did it take to build?
It was already there. They were using it for something else at the time. They have a wellies and bellies group up in the summertime, and they have special needs and mainstream children going there, and they were using in that area for festivals, for doing crafts and things like that. So it'll still be used for those things, but it's being more repurposed now for a meditation dome, and doing the Reiki as well, and any courses that I'm going to be doing.
That's brilliant. So that's in the garden, is it?
It certainly is, yes.
So tell us a little bit more about this garden, because I'm very much into community gardens. You call this the Community Wellness Garden.
Yeah, it's Bridge Wellness Community Gardens on Mill Lane in Ellesmere Port. And it's just a fantastic place. So how I got involved, I was hoping to do some meditations in the local area, and I was asking some of my clients on my page, and they suggested Bridge Wellness Gardens. I was just about to message the manager about it, and she instantly messaged me, and she was like, please come, we really love it. It's perfect for our ethos. So I went there, and she was showing me around the gardens, and she was like, you can do this. They've got like a mandala there, Jack, so you can sit in the mandala and you can meditate there. And I was like, I really want to go in the Zen dome. I want that to be the dome, to be there. It wasn't the Zen dome at the time, it was just the dome. But now, yeah, it's the Zen dome now. And yeah, so that's how we went there. So Bridge Wellness Gardens is I've not been there very long myself, but it really captures your heart. It really does. So they've got people with additional needs there, particularly autism, working with vegetables. They've got hydroponics there. They've got lots and lots of tunnels there to do lots of vegetables, and they grow them there with their support workers, and they deliver them out to the community. Last year there was 10,000 meals that went out to 250 families. So they're really a supportive network within the community. And it's just such a wonderful, welcoming and opening place to be. And it's just so expansive. The creation that you can do there is going to be brilliant.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, no, really impressed with that. 250 families.
250 families last year, yeah.
That's incredible. What are the plans for the future?
They're all slightly keeping under wraps at the moment because there's a lot of potential things going in place. But for the Zen Dome itself, we're hoping to do some courses, chakra alignment courses, Reiki meditation courses. We're also looking at doing some sensory baby classes within there, and some relaxed kids classes as well. Sensory baby classes, because we'll have beautiful lights in there. It's really dark, so we'll have beautiful lights in there, and it'll be very, very sensory, and it'll go well with some of the additional needs children as well. Sorry.
No, carry on.
So the other thing we'll be doing is the Relaxed Kids, which is a very themed based lessons. So you can have them on Aladdin, or you can have them incorporated with self-confidence and self-esteem, and you're doing exercises with them, you're running around, you're dancing with them, and then they're bringing themselves down into a creative story. And I'm looking at speaking to a lady at the moment who's going to do some canvases for me for those themes as well, to incorporate in the lessons. And then what you do, yoga stretches, but instead of calling it the warrior pose, you might call it the magic carpet pose or something. So you incorporate it into the story of Aladdin or whatever you're doing at the time. And then breathing exercises. They do a massage train. The children really love the massage train, so they sit behind each other and they do a story on each other's backs as well. Breathing exercises, affirmations. Hi, Karen. And a meditation at the end. It's a wonderful thing. It's great, really good. So we're hoping to get them done. Lots of different meditations going on, fire ceremonies, lots and lots of things.
No, it sounds absolutely wonderful. How did you get into all this in the first place?
So
I would say from a young age, I was quite aware of what, spiritual beings being around. I was very out of body. I went through a lot of abuse when I was younger, and I didn't really want to be here. So I was very out of body as such. So I'd be daydreaming quite a lot. People would be calling my name and I'd just be off wandering somewhere else. And it wasn't until I got to being an adult that I actually realized I was having downloads from my guides to actually keep me, grounded and in place. And that's what was happening. Probably in my teens, I went through a tough stage as well. And then I started getting into crystals at that point. And then from there, the ball started rolling into Tai Chi. I think once you start being more spiritually aware as you get older, the ball rolls in all sorts of different directions. I'm sure you agree yourself, Jack.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So in 2012, I started doing the Relax Kids. And I was doing it within the schools, brownies, in the youth clubs, in the local area. So yeah, that's where I wanted to be more calm and more balanced in my point of view and, in life in general. So that really helped me. Then the meditations came. And then I think it was the passing of my grandmother. She had brought me up. That was really tough on me. And I think sometimes you have to go through a low time in life to actually bring yourself back up and find alternatives rather than go into the surgery and getting medication.
Yeah.
So because I'd had those things that had helped me in the past, like the yoga and the meditation, I wanted something else. So I decided to have Reiki. And the lady said to me, she said, "Why are you still coming for Reiki for me?" She said, "I might as well just attune you for it." So that was my big spiritual awakening. And that was in 2017. And from then on, I just went full steam ahead, absolutely full steam ahead. My eyes just opened. I could visually see what was happening. I could see energy, and everything just went from like a slow motion into a full speed train. And I've absolutely lived the journey since.
I'm very glad that Karen's here tonight, because Karen is my guest next week. So, hi, Karen. If you want to chip in with any questions, please feel free. Or any comments.
Hopefully you'll have your camera working next time, Karen.
Well. Yeah. So you were saying you were sending out aromatherapy candles to people who were stressed out during the lockdown.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. So I really wanted to be able to give something to the community. I think also when you become spiritual aware, you sort of, hi Claire, the manager's here from Bridge Wellness Garden. She's here as well. Hi Claire. So I really wanted to be able to give something to the community. I think as a spiritual person, you become very aware of what the environment is around you and how people are feeling. And I could feel like the low vibe energy that was going on. And I really just wanted to send love to people in my community. So I'd wrote on a local Facebook page for the area. If anybody knew anybody that needed a little pick me up, just message me and I'll send them something. So, and I ended up with about 30 people interested in, that's just on one sitting, Jack, so I was basically making the candles, putting them into little beautiful boxes. I can't even show you because I haven't got my camera on me. Beautiful boxes, and just sending them out to the community and knocking on people's doors and saying, this is from your sister, your mother, your friend, and just giving them out like that. But the intention was of love as well when I'm doing them. So when they light the candle, that that they're feeling that, or calmness or whatever they need at the time.
That's so important, isn't it? People have been so stressed out over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think people just need to know that somebody's there for them. And that's what I find with Bridge Wellness Gardens. You've got a lot of lonely people out there. And when they go to Bridge Wellness Gardens, they're open arms, to anybody and everybody, and they're there to chat. And it feels like home. It really does. It's a very, very precious place.
What's your take, Libby, on the new Earth and the age of Aquarius and all that stuff?
Sure. So I feel like my take is that this is a 3D polarity world, and I feel that what's happening now is evolving the human consciousness and the evolvement into a 5D kind of consciousness, which is in, you know, within the heart, and people are becoming together, they're becoming unified, and they're standing up for themselves in, you know, for freedom with all these mandates and things like that. Whatever you think, whatever's happening, you know, people are unifying together. They're starting to realize, you know, these governments are crumbling, and we all need to be all together and communicate better and be kinder to each other. And I'm very aware of the, you know, there was a quite high suicidal rate throughout lockdown, and that's because of lack of communication with people and being in touch with people. And I just feel that being able to be in communicating with each other and unifying with each other is really, really important these days. And I think that's something that we need to have learned from this lockdowns.
Yeah, I think we've got to grow together, haven't we? There's just been too much division in the world.
Totally.
We can do this if we pull together. If we stop the bickering, if we stop the dividing, if we accept that we're all one, all individual manifestations of the one.
Correct. Yeah, I totally agree. You know, it's they say, you know, once we spiritually evolve into this, you know, we all become one human consciousness of love. And I think that's the way that we're going, you know, that people don't want this anymore. They're sick and tired of it, and they just want, you know, they want their freedoms back. And, you know, if that means building back a better world, you know, I hate to use the term build back better, which the Americans have used, but this is what we need to do, you know, build back better into a community, you know, and be there for each other without a doubt. And I love the idea of, you know, these communities that are actually going off grid. I think they're amazing, you know, and actually building their own unified little towns, little villages. You know, I think they're fantastic. I think it's a really good idea, and having people with those skills to do that, or learning those skills as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great thing. We can all share skills. We can all teach other people what we know and learn from them for what they know. I see communities growing up around community gardens, which is why I'm particularly interested in the one that you're running there. And I'm starting a community, well, with a group of people, not just me. I'm involved with starting a community garden here in Stafford.
Fantastic.
And I believe my dream, my vision, is to have non-gardeners involved, people with different skills, all just helping each other out.
Sounds wonderful. It sounds very similar. Yeah, it sounds very similar. It's just honing in on those skills, isn't it? You know, and incorporating lots of things. And if you had it as a wellness gardens as well, you know, you could have all those therapeutic therapies in there as well. I mean, this is what Claire's doing. Claire's just written as well, you are part of my bridge family. Bless her. And that's what it's like, Jack. It really is. You know, we are a community. And you know, you have to go a couple of times and you feel like you're at home, you know, without a doubt. And that would be fantastic if you could do that in Stafford. You know, I'm sure Claire will give you some amazing ideas to set you off with that as well.
Oh, maybe Claire would like to come on one week. That'd be fantastic.
There you go. She's put, Jack, may I offer your assistance? I'm a staff's girl originally herself.
Oh yeah, great, fantastic, Claire. Do you want to come on one week?
I'm sure she will.
Come on and talk about what you're doing. Send me a message and we'll get you on. I'd love to hear more about this garden and what you're doing and the other things that you're doing. That'd be fantastic.
She is fantastic. She is. She's such a great woman. She really is. And the people around her are fantastic as well. So there you go then. This would be brilliant. So that's the connections, isn't it? You know, you're not just having this conversation now. You know, you and Claire have got that connection from just, you know, you just doing this. It's brilliant. That's what we need. There you go. She'd love to come on, Jack.
That's great, Claire. Yeah, well, we'll get our heads together and get you on. I've got somebody for next week, but perhaps the week after. That would be wonderful if you're free. We can really do this, I mean, I've just put this little show on. This is the first episode. Hopefully it will grow into bigger things. I also do I don't know whether you've seen it, I also do a Monday show at the same time called Love Not Fear, which is all about how we can live cooperatively. I can't even say it. Cooperatively. I need to put my teeth back in. And help to build a better world.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'll catch up on them, definitely.
I mean, it started off, it evolved out of my book, which I wrote of the same name, Love Not Fear, about the ways that we can, the ways that we cause each other, it's not just the government, the ways that we cause each other to live in fear.
Yeah.
And if we can shift that over to living in love and generosity instead of fear and meanness.
Yeah, sounds wonderful. Sounds perfect.
And it's all based around the idea of getting rid of money, getting rid of barter.
Cashless system.
Not cashless, no.
Okay.
I think we've got to have cash as long as we've still got money. As long as we've still got money, we've got to have cash.
Okay.
But to get rid of money altogether, to get rid of the bean counting, to just live from generosity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can freely give and freely receive. To give and not to count the cost.
And to share as well, isn't it? It's to share as well within the community, I feel that sharing's a big thing, isn't it? Share what you've got.
Well, that's it. I mean, the community garden that we're setting up, I mean, it's very early days yet. There's an awful lot of work to do. It's a huge area. We haven't even broken it in yet. So, I mean, this really is too soon to start talking about it, really. But the plan is to grow enough food for ourselves and some to give away to the food bank.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds really good.
There's a
You're manifesting it by talking about it now, aren't you? You're bringing it into fruition by talking about it and manifesting it into the physical. So that sounds wonderful to me.
Yeah, and this is something I really love to talk to you about, Claire, when you come on. This is and pick your brains on this. And there's another friend of mine who runs a community garden down in Glastonbury, and she's a great source of inspiration. Healing Gardens, it's called. I'll put a link below, down in Glastonbury, and that feeds a lot of local people.
Fantastic.
Juliet Yelverton, good friend of mine, lovely lady. And her basic idea is if you go to the garden and do a bit of digging, do a bit of work, it's all, no, not digging, it's permaculture, and that's what we're planning on doing as well. But go down and do a bit of work, you can take food away.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like it.
And surplus to give away to homeless people and poor families. We just got to look after each other. If we can just, I keep saying, if we can just flip the switch in our heads from keeping up with the Joneses to helping the Joneses keep up with us.
It's living within the heart, isn't it?
Then everything changes. As soon as we make that switch in our heads, everything changes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a switch in the head, but I mean, personally for me, I think it's an energetic thing as well, so it's changing your kind of mood and your attitude and feeling better about yourself. So that's where I come from, in the sense of, I was in this low place, and, I turned it around through Reiki. I'm a total different kind of person that what I was, 10, 15 years ago. And, that's changed me into it in a loving heart and in a different kind of way than what I was. And that's done energetically through Reiki, through the crystals, through meditation. And I think that people need to look more within to be able to push themselves and turn that switch on, as you said. So I think, holistic therapies really go hand in hand.
This is the way forward. We have forgotten how to love thy neighbor. Yes, Claire, absolutely. We have forgotten. So tell me, for the people on here that may be listening in or may tune in later for the replay, anyone who's not familiar with Reiki, how would you introduce it to them?
It's a hard one to introduce because each Reiki person is totally different, and each person that you're doing Reiki on is totally different as well. So my gift tends to be, when I give Reiki to people, if their third eye is slightly open, they actually see colors, and that's the chakra colors that are going through. So it's balancing all those energies. So shall I talk a little bit about chakras?
Yes, please do. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got an energetic system around yourself and within your body, and these you've got chakra points. I mean, there's plenty of chakra points within your body, and it's energy portals that go from the front to the back and vice versa, and also around your aura area. So it's the air around you. So within those areas, they deal with certain parts of your life, which is what I was discussing about energy before and how it affects you. So there's one at the base of your spine, and that's called the root chakra. So that deals with, your grounding and your stability, and feeling awake and aware. So that's a really cool one. I mean, I was talking to a lady the other day, and she was saying that she was feeling ungrounded in her third eye. And I was like, you need to do stuff with your root chakra, which is the red chakra. The reasons the colors come in is because the colors actually balance out that area as well. So if it's blocked, it doesn't move quickly. The energy around there doesn't move quickly, and I can feel that with my hands. Sometimes I can see that. And you're just spinning it and balancing it in the right direction. So that's what you're doing for all the chakras within your body, is just balancing that energy out. I mean, if I said something horrible to you, Jack, you would feel it and you would sense it in your body, and a lot of the time it hits people's solar plexus, which is just above your tummy button, and it affects there, and that can turn into, fear. Say if I said something threatening towards you, it can turn into fear. So that energy has been thrown at you, and that can happen to us all day and every day, when, especially with people that have been involved with domestic violence, when they're having that abusive relationship, they're having that, and it's stuck inside them. So when they're having Reiki, it's literally pulling that negative energy out, balancing everything, and giving it a good clean flush. You're basically having a detox. It's an energy detox.
Yeah.
So that's what the energy system's working on. So you've got the root chakra. The sacral chakra is the next one, which is, you blow your tummy, and that's like an orange color. So that's family and relationships. That always gets blocked for a lot of people, and it's also dealing with their trauma from the past, that they could be dealing with present trauma. I do meditations to clear the womb area and the ovaries area out as well. So, and it's just going through those chakras, your heart chakra, obviously, healing any trauma or any physicalities or emotional issues there, and just balancing it out. Your throat chakra, if you're blocked, your communication can be stumbled or stuttered, or, you're quiet and you're shy. So it's just balancing both areas out. Your third eye as well for your intuitiveness, and your chakra, your crown chakra right at the top is for your knowledge. I mean, they're the main chakras, but I tend to work quite intuitively with my Reiki as well. So I look like a shaman when I'm doing my Reiki. My hands are shaking all over the place because I'm just guided by spirit, and I just go all over the place. So I could be doing chakras that I don't even know of. I just let my hands just flow through. Claire's had quite a few sessions from me now, so she really loves it.
How does this relate to the energy body, the light body?
So the light body itself, if you're not so blocked in your physical body or in your subtle bodies, which is your auras, then you're more likely to elevate further and your energy and your frequency can go higher. So the blocks cause a lower frequency. So the light body is more able to raise up through your systems because the physical body and the rest of it's all clear and flowing.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that, or in your write-up, that you do work with women who've been in abused relationships.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
How does that work?
So I had, oh gosh, it was a while ago. It was before lockdown. I had a lady come to me from Flight to Freedom, and I had a meeting with her, and she was talking about several ladies that she worked with that go to a group twice a week in Ellesmere Port and they've domestic abuse, either they've had in previously or actually presently as well. And she said, we'd love you to be able to do some sessions with her. I said, absolutely fine. So I offered them 8 sessions. So it was over 2 months, free sessions, and to help them and support them. If they wanted to open up, they could open up about whatever they wanted to. But mainly for meditations and giving them tools to be able to deal with their stress, and to be able to maybe sometimes have the courage to walk away if needed to. So it was whatever they wanted from that session, really, Jack. So if they wanted courage and strength and self-esteem or anything like that, I bring that in. So when I'm doing Reiki, I call upon the Reiki masters and ask them. I tend to ask for 3 different things for that person. The body itself can only cope with 3 different changes at a time. So that's a maximum, especially if it's blocked. If you're totally fit and you just want to manifest abundance, you could ask for 7, 8 different things. But if the body is blocked, you're only looking at 3 energetic things that can change the body at the setup at one time. So it's dealing with self-esteem or whatever they want at the time, or whether they just want emotional release, and relax. But I always give them tools to help them. I'd give them crystals and things like that. Yeah, just to help them along the way, really.
Yeah, I saw in the video that you were using singing bowls. So do you want to talk a little bit about sound therapy?
Yeah, so this is Claire and I's little venture that we're doing at the moment. We every time we see each other, we seem to have something more in common. So I went to the meditation and I brought a singing bowl, and she was like, "Oh, I've got one too." So she started a sound therapy course. I did mine last year, but she's taken it a little bit further, and we're hoping to do it within the dome with gongs and all sorts of different things. So we'll be developing that as well. So it's going to get a bit crazy. Crystal bowls we're hoping to get a hold of as well at some point. We're hoping to get some donors for them because they're quite expensive. So yeah, that's something we're looking at. So what I tend to do with the bowls when I'm using the meditations is, as I'm going round, I'm intuitively going round people's bodies and the energy. Well, one of the clients actually said he could see the physical sound energy moving from his sternum right up to the top in like a swirly pattern. So it's actually moving the energy around them and clearing any of that stagnant energy that needs to be moved, any blockages and things like that. And I intuitively know as I'm going around with the bowl, by the sound, and being guided whether to go around the head or the legs or the arms, or so I'll go round once and find out what's happening with them. So it's energy again, sound energy this time.
And you work with crystals a lot.
I certainly do, yes. I've got quite a few around me right now, actually. I think I'm getting a bit ridiculous, the amount I've got, to be honest with you. I think I could open a crystal shop. So, yeah, I tend to do lives on my Libby's Reiki Shack page. And I give out crystals to people. I intuitively ask them, what color do they like, and and I just work out from their energy as well by listening to them. Or some of them I know quite a lot of them because a lot of them are friends as well. A lot of clients turn into friends. So yeah, so I end up sending them out to them. I give free giveaways on them, and also little bags of self-esteem. What else have we got? Sleep, love. So it'll be a little bag, and I'll put some little herbs in there with them as well, and information about whatever's needed on that. I also do crystal therapy sessions as well, so I'm using the crystal therapy on the beds. I'm also, at the moment, I've got some beautiful spotlights in the cabin, and I've been actually putting the crystals on top of the spotlights with the colour, so you're getting the light and colour therapy crystal at the same time over the bed. So it spots right onto the different kind of chakras, the chakras on the body as well. So that's just you're getting triple healing as well at the same time. So it's such a creative way, and it's just I just love the creativeness of spirituality and all the things that come out.
Do you want to talk a little bit more about colour therapy?
Colour therapy tends to be part of the chakra practitioner course as well. So the colour therapy tends to be matching the actual chakras that I was just talking about to you before, Jack. So say if we'll talk about the root chakra again, or your heart chakra. Let's go for the heart chakra. Say if your heart chakra's out of whack, you've had some trauma and you need to look at ways of dealing with that trauma. So you'd be looking at, on the physical side of the heart, you'd be looking at green stones. On the emotional side of the heart, you'd be looking at pink stones. That's generally what it is. I mean, there's some crossovers in places, but not only with the stones, you're looking at light colors as well. So you're looking at, you could have, like I said, the spotlights. You can, if you've got ones that have got different colors in them, you could be using them as well and adding bits to them. Colors as in your clothes as well, flowers, aromatherapy oils that match those colors as well. You tend to as well, if it's blocked on a certain, say my, let's have a think now. Say my crown chakra is blocked and that's purple. We'll say that's purple. If it's blocked, then I would use purple. If it's open too much, I would look on the color chart and actually choose the opposite color. So I would choose yellow on the actual color charts, the color spectrum chart. So you would use yellow. So it depends what kind of situation you're in, whether something's too open or too closed.
There's a lot to it, isn't there?
There is a heck of a lot to it. I could talk to you for ages about lots of different things, and then it just gets a little bit confusing. But my advice to anybody that wants to start this journey is just find one little thing that you like to do. And meditation for me really opened things up for me and made me realize what I liked and what I disliked and what I was going to go for. And meditation as well is another thing. Some people, I can't meditate, my brain's it doesn't work that way, and it's not for me. There's so many different kinds of meditations that you can do. There really is. We do one in the Bridge Wellness Gardens where we walk around and we call it colour absorbing, which is another thing that we'll go back to. You were talking about light colours there. Is we sit and we look at, we just gaze round all the flowers in the gardens, and then one that takes notice, one that you're attracted to, you're just standing by and you're just looking at it, and you're looking at the shape of it, you're looking at the form of it, then you start to absorb the colour in. And that tends to be the color that you actually need, for your body. That's why you've attracted it. And it's the same with crystals as well. You attract the things that you need. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment. Different kind of thing.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Does the color therapy lamps, do they work through clothes, or do you have to expose the skin to them?
Yeah, no, they work through clothes as well. I mean, if you've got a crystal next to them as well, you're getting a double whammy, so it's even better. So it's but yeah, definitely color therapy lamps definitely do work. But you can incorporate with having flowers in the house with different color, with those colors that you need as well. So it's all about everything you could possibly think of that you don't think of. you know. So it's your clothing, it's your jewelry, it's, you know, even the color of your hair. I've got purple hair at the moment. I absolutely love having purple hair. It's the spiritual side of the crown chakra for me, you know. Crystals, aromatherapy. I'm trying to think, you know, hand mudras as well. That's another thing, looking at mudras on your hands.
Sorry, what say that again?
Hand mudras. So your mudras on your hands. So you know how you can, you know, you've got the arm and where people touch the thumb and the first finger together. Certain ones mean certain things as well. Hand massages in certain places. It goes so big. It goes so big. So that's why I'm doing a course on it, so people can incorporate it into their own lives as a chakra alignment course.
That's so interesting. Now, I'm going to drop you in it now because we would have discussed this before you came on.
Okay.
But we had a little bit of technical problem, didn't we, just at the beginning?
We certainly did.
Which happens. It happens. I had a guest on my Monday show a couple of weeks ago who couldn't come on at all.
Oh, dear.
She was trying, but she couldn't come on at all. So, you know, these things happen.
We got there in the end.
But yeah, what I was going to ask is, because you do meditation, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Whether you'd like to end the session with a meditation.
Oh,
Whether
do
you'd
you
like
know
to leave
what?
us on one.
I think I must have manifested this to you because I was thinking about this afternoon. That would be perfect. I would absolutely love to do that for you.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Off you go.
Okay, so if everybody can get themselves in a nice, comfortable position. Just relaxing from the end of the day. Dropping your shoulders. Recognizing if there's any tension. And start to release it. Now, breathe in. Hold. Breathe out, drop your shoulders. Breathe in. Hold. 2, 3. Breathe out. Let it go. One more time. Breathe in. Hold. 2, 3. Breathe out. Now, I want you to imagine a beautiful white light just hovering above your head. That light now penetrates through your crown chakra, through your crown, lightens and brightens the inside of your mind, inside your brain, through all the crevices and ridges, lightening and brightening from the front to the sides to the back. It goes down over your face now, down your back area, over your throat, over your shoulders, spilling down now, over your arms, over your hands and fingers, into your chest area as it comes back up. Lightening and brightening, following down now, all the way down your sides. Into your tummy area now, where it sits for a while and gathers its energy as it flows down into your pelvis and bottom area and splits down your legs, down your thighs, fronts and backs, down your shins and your calves, your ankle area, tops of your feet and into your heels, and out through the soles of your feet, into the ground, deep into the ground. Deeper still, past all the rocks and crystals of beautiful colours. See them now. And spreads out like bright white roots. You are now grounded. I want you to imagine a beautiful bubble in front of you now. Any colour you like. And big enough for you to step into. Step into that bubble now. Goes over your head. Flows down over your shoulders. Over your arms. Over your chest and bottom. All the way down your legs. Over the tops of your feet and under your heels. To connect with the soles of the feet. You are now grounded and protected. I want you to think about now the inside of your brain, inside of your mind, and all the muscles in this area. Let them relax. Let them begin to soften. Let them go. Drop. Go into your forehead now, your temples, and all the tiny muscles around your eyes. All the muscles around your eyes. Let them begin to soften now. Let them release. Let them go. Thinking about your cheeks, your jawline, and your mouth, and perhaps your tongue. Feeling any tension. Let the muscles go now. Let them drop. Let them go. Thinking about your throat, your shoulders, and your collarbone. Areas of tension. Now released. Let them drop. Let them go. Thinking about your chest, your back, your upper arms and your forearms, hands and fingers, all the torso area, and all the way down your sides, all the way down your sides. Released. Relaxed. Let go. Going into your tummy and your pelvis and your bottom area. And all the way down your legs. All the way down your legs. Let these areas soften now. Imagine the muscles softening. Let go. Released. Your feet, your toes, your ankle area, and the soles of your feet. Final to let go. Final to relax. Final to release. Relaxed. 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 And now as you come round and becoming more self-aware of the room, 1, wiggle your toes, bringing yourself back round. 2, wiggle your fingers, bringing yourself back round. 3, take a deep breath in. Give yourself a stretch. Bring yourself back into the room.
That was amazing, Libby. Thank you.
You feeling exhausted now?
No, that was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. So,
I went through it pretty quickly, but I usually go a bit slower than that.
No, that was fantastic. So, if people are interested in working with you, how can they get hold of you?
Yeah, sure. So they can get hold of me, Libby Every on Facebook. Also, I have the Zenora page, which is Libby's Reiki and Meditation Shack on Facebook. Also, I have a YouTube page, which is Libby's Reiki and Meditation Shack as well. So there's quite a few ways that can get in contact with me as well.
Great. I will put the links down below in the description.
Thank you. It's so great talking to you.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
It's been brilliant, Libby. Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see if we can get together with Claire for another week. That'd be fantastic.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm sure she'll be looking forward to it.
And next week for everybody, we have Karen Binks on, who is a shadow worker or a shadow, I don't know, shadow work facilitator or shadow work counsellor. I don't know quite how she's going to describe herself, but I've done some work with Karen, and I can recommend her. She's very, very good, very, very good. So thanks for everybody for coming on. Thanks to my special guest, Libby Every, and until next week, namaste.
Namaste.